Father, I want those that you have entrusted to me, those disciples, to be with me where I am. Now, we know where Jesus is and we know where he's going. We know he's doing the earthly ministry before the crucifixion and resurrection, and we know where he's going after the resurrection. So when he's crucified and then resurrected, where is he going again? You do know this one. Not a rhetorical question. Where is he going after he's finished the earthly ministry and he's resurrected? He's going where? He's going to heaven. He's going to be with God. He's going to sit upon the throne. And he's saying, I want my friends to be there when I go. And I read this a couple of times a month or two ago, and I thought, that sounds like children who have friends. Can my friends come too? See, when I hear this and I hear these words from Jesus, that's part of what I hear. God, Heavenly Father, we've had a great relationship. I've had a great relationship with the disciples and with the friends that I've made. And now I'm coming to be with you. Can my friends come too? Can my friends come too? Father, I want those you've given to me to be with me where I am and to see the glory and the glory you have given because you loved me before the creation of the world. And then skipping down to 26, I have made you known to them and will continue to make you known in order that the love you have for me may be in them. He wants it all to be the same. He wants the love shared. He wants the love spread beyond him. He wants it spread beyond the disciples. He wants those who have been left out to become included. What we understand is that part of this mission that Jesus is on is a mission in which friends bring friends, and more friends bring more friends, in which people are included, but not just included in a kind of social club, included in the heavenly gathering, included in the faith community, included in special spiritual relationships. This is really exciting, and I can tell you that what really has excited me in my time here at Register Chapel is seeing how this has kind of come into play. I think it's very exciting on those occasions when I talk to someone and they say, then how did you find us? And their answer has been, well, Bruce and Paula Bohr. I said, well, Bruce and Paula Bohr don't live within a mile or so of the church. I know they kind of feel this way. They live way, way out there in the hinterlands. But that doesn't seem to bother them. And it doesn't seem to stop them from inviting new friends and neighbors. That, to me, is incredibly exciting. And that, when I hear it, I see it here. I somehow think at some point, wow, Bruce and Paula must have been reading the Bible. And they must have heard that thing where Jesus said, can they come too? There are others among you who have spent time over your years here inviting friends to come along too. To come along to worship, to come along to fellowship events. It's exciting when I ask a family, how did you find Register Chapel? And they say, well, I work with Don Shirk. And we've been to the same church, and we asked about churches, and he said, come to my church. And I said, well, you work with Don. Was that an order Don gave you, or was it an invitation? Because sometimes, with Don, it's always inviting. See, I'm not going to mess with you too much, Don, but I got to pick with you a little bit. With Don, it's always an invitation. But sometimes it might come across like more than that. But it's exciting. It kind of makes me think that something that's happened for the Shirks and something that's happened for the Boers and something that's happened for others of you has also happened, and I can affirm it for myself. You see, 3 summers ago, Bishop Kammerer said, I want you to leave St. Stephen's and I want you to go to Register Chapel. Well, actually, it's kind of like what I just mentioned for Dawn. She didn't invite me to come. Bishops don't invite preachers to go to churches. They actually extend orders like the military. But Bishop Cameron said, I want you to go to Registered Chapel. More like you're going. And you know, when you're going to a new place, you wonder. You wonder lots of things. Will I be received there? Will I have any friends there? Will they like me? You know, you'd think that maybe in the 3rd or 4th grade you'd get over that will they like me thing. Big clue, 3rd graders, you never get over that. You never get past will they like me. I wanted to ask Bishop Kim, are they ready for me? Have they become the perfect church yet? Because I'd like to go to the perfect church and serve there. But I didn't ask because I know the answer is there are no perfect churches. So I just had to come and find out for myself. In the same way that I found out that the Boers were inviting people, the Shirks were inviting people, other families were inviting people, I found out that not only was I invited, I was welcomed. I found out that that sentiment of you can come along too, you can be a part of this church family. And it makes a difference. It makes a significant difference. I'm awfully glad and I'm grateful. I'm thankful to God that I didn't say to Bishop Cameron, well, I'm sorry, I can't go to Registered Chapel till they get it right. I can't go to Registered Chapel till they resolve all their problems. I can't go to Registered Chapel until they've got all the boxes ticked off. When I came, it reminded me of one thing that was so important in my life. It reminded me of when I first went to Central Church in Hampton as a child. Some of you know this and some of you don't. I didn't go to Central Church because it was a Methodist church. And I didn't stay at Central Church because it was a Methodist church. I went to Central Church because it was a faith community that received me and loved me and welcomed me. My staying at Registered Chapel isn't because you're Registered Chapel United Methodist. I want to be at Registered Chapel because I've seen in evidence. I've given the glory that you've given to me, that we may be brought into complete unity. Father, I want those you've given to me to be with me where I am. I love Registered Chapel because we're in it together. I appreciate Registered Chapel not just because you welcomed me, but because I've seen you welcome others. I appreciate Registered Chapel because I know that we understand the purpose of the church. Because we get it not just when Luke says it, but when Matthew says it. In Matthew 18:14, what Jesus says is, in the same way your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should be lost. That's what he says in Matthew. Father in heaven is not willing that any of the little ones should be lost. The way he says it in Luke 19:10 is this: for the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. The Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost. Brothers and sisters, every time a person comes to us who feels lost and we welcome them, we're living out the gospel. We're fulfilling the purpose of the church.